What's up, everybody? What up, what up, what up, what up, what up? Hey, thank you so much for being here and watching this video, or whatever time of the day it might be you're watching this video. Today is Tuesday, January 16th, 2018, and it's supposed to be a snow storm, ice storm, crazy, furious, cold weather here in Tuscaloosa, Alabama today. And we'll see what happens. Every time they call for that, it might, sometimes it happens and sometimes it doesn't. But, you know, maybe you're watching this later in the afternoon when you have nothing else to do. So appreciate you being here. Currently it is 5:58 a.m. And I just want to bring a little message called the Morning Fire to you this morning. I'll talk to you about that in just a second. If we've never had a chance to meet before, my name is Russ Warren. I'm an author, speaker, online coach, trying to help other people be the best version of themselves they can possibly be. Believe greatly in personal growth and development. I just believe we have too many people who settle for average. Would you agree with that? Too many people who settle for less than they can possibly be. So connect with me on social media. I try to bring positive stuff to social media. At Russ Warren 320, you can connect. And then if you're watching this on somebody else's page who shared it, fb.com, facebook.com/Russ Warren 320. As always, I do greatly appreciate you sharing this message. It helps me get it out to a bigger group of people who I would like to encourage with words. I want to talk to you about this idea today, the beauty of discomfort. The beauty of discomfort. And that doesn't really seem like it makes sense, right? We would think the beauty is in the comfort, right? It makes sense that beauty is comfortable, that we're comfortable around beauty, and you know that it's beautiful when we're comfortable, right? That's what would make logical sense, right? And as in general, as a human being, we strive for comfort. We want to be comfortable, right? We don't, we don't care too much for being uncomfortable, right? And that makes total sense. We want the temperature in our house to be a certain temperature so that we're comfortable. We don't want to be uncomfortable. When we get around people, we want to be comfortable when we're around a group of people. When we go to our workplace, we want to be comfortable. When we sit down to eat dinner, we want to be comfortable. We don't want to eat something that causes discomfort, right? That's just normal, right? But the problem is as a society, we have grown accustomed to just chasing comfort all the time. Comfort foods, comfort in our TV shows, in our media, comfort in our daily lives. I mean, comfort for me is just sitting around all day and not doing anything, being comfortable, right? That's what comfort would be. It wouldn't be working. It wouldn't be, I definitely wouldn't be chasing anything that matters probably if I was just in my ultra comfort zone. And so that's kind of what I wanted to share, the beauty of discomfort. And I thought about several things. One, I was kind of thinking about like these marathon runners. They train and train and train. They run in these 23-mile races. And I've really never had a desire to do that. It's just, that ain't for me. I ain't a runner. It's not comfortable. But there's something so cool about it that they train and train and train and train, and they get out there and run these super long things. And I even was watching this guy who he runs ultra marathons, like 150-mile races, like takes you forever to run them. And that just blows my mind. It's like, who does that? Why would you do that? But then I thought, you know what? When you finish a 150-mile race, can you imagine how probably discomfortable you are? like uncomfortable. I guess not discomfortable, uncomfortable you are. But then you look yourself in the mirror at the end of that day and you go, I just ran a 150-mile race. Can you believe that? How beautiful was that discomfort? Like, I cannot believe I trained and trained and trained and worked and worked and worked, and I completed this task. I completed this race. And most people don't do stuff like that. And the reason running a 150-mile race is so epic is because so many people are sitting at home on the sidelines talking about it and not actually out doing it. And I'm not here to say you should go run a 150-mile race. I'm just using that as a point. I was reading in Matthew chapter 14 this morning, and it was talking about Jesus had kind of gotten away, and a lot of people followed him, and his disciples came, and there were people everywhere, and he was like, the disciples were like, we need to get out of here. We need to send these people away. They're hungry, and we don't have any food. Jesus was like, look, let's just feed them. And they were like, Jesus, we got 5 loaves of bread and 2 fish. Or was it the other way around? I don't even know, guys. Can you believe that? Yeah, 5 loaves of bread and 2 fish. I always want to put 5 fish and 2 loaves of bread. Anyway, so that's all they had. And Jesus was like, oh, well, we'll just feed them. So standing there he told everybody to sit down, and he gave thanks, and he started breaking it. And all of them ate. All of them were happy. And when they left, there were overflowing in abundance of food. That's not really the point. The point is, after that, Jesus told the disciples to get in the boat and go on across. He would be there shortly. He goes up on a mountain to pray, and then my alarm's going on. Then they look up later and they think a ghost is walking on the water, but really it's Jesus, right? They were uncomfortable because of a ghost walking on the water. Once they realized it was Jesus, Peter was like, I don't know if that's Jesus. He said, if you're really Jesus, then let me walk out on the water. Bold move there, buddy. He said, if you're really Jesus, let me walk on the water. So then he steps out of the boat and he starts walking on the water. And he's a big believer then. He's like, wow, this really is Jesus. And you can only imagine when all the other disciples were saying, hold up. Jesus is walking on the water, and now Peter's walking on the water. But then this is a whole nother story, but Peter took his eyes off of the prize, and he started falling, started failing. He started sinking. But my point is, they ended up back in the boat, and everything was good. And I just believe that their faith was increased because of that discomfort. Can you imagine Peter going, oh, if you're really Jesus, then let me out on the water. And then he goes, okay, come on. So at that moment, Peter was uncomfortable. He's like, oh man, I've messed up now. I done made a big claim, and now I got to step out in this water. And he was nervous. Am I going to be able to walk on water? Am I going to sink? What's up? But he had faith. He stepped out in the water and was walking, and everybody on the boat's faith was increased. It's the beauty of that discomfort. I hope that makes sense. And there are so many examples we can use. Weightlifting. It's not comfortable when you have heavy weight or even light weight for a lot of reps, whatever your style is. It's not comfortable, right? Your muscles burn. It's stinging. Your muscles are hurting because you're destroying the muscle so it can grow back stronger. That's how it gets stronger. That's how a muscle gets bigger. But it's not comfortable in the moment, right? But there's beauty in the discomfort because that's how you get stronger. That's how your physique is increased because you do things that are uncomfortable. That's why average people don't do the things that are uncomfortable. They stay comfortable, but then they're uncomfortable in their comfort. Does that make sense? Later, they're like, man, I wish I would have gotten in the gym and done something. That's why they have a resolution every year to go get in the gym and lose weight, whatever it might be. But there's beauty in the discomfort. Right along with weightlifting is the diet part of it, right? the comfortable thing to do is just eat pizza all day, every day. Just go through McDonald's, do the comfortable thing, which is the easy thing, and just go through the drive-through and eat that 24/7. Do what's easiest, not what's best. And there's not really beauty in that because, the beauty is in the discomfort. The beauty is in the discipline. The beauty is in making the difficult decision and doing the things that not everybody else is doing the things that aren't necessarily the easiest, but they will make you comfortable in the long run because you're going to go, man, I'm glad I did that. Now I can relax and sit in comfort for 10 minutes because I did the thing that was uncomfortable, and it was beautiful, right? Think about like dating and marriage. Before I proposed, and I didn't really have a reason to be nervous. I knew she was going to say yes, but it was just the whole process and the whole idea. Oh, it was nerve-wracking, but there was beauty in the discomfort because once I worked through my uncomfortableness, once I worked through my discomfort and got through the proposal and she said yes, it was beautiful. It was awesome. It was great. And I'm glad I didn't settle for comfort because I probably wouldn't have done that. We probably never would have moved forward. We'd be here. We wouldn't even be where we are today, 5 years later and a 19-month-old. But there's beauty in that discomfort. Writing. When I first started writing and I started setting my alarm for 3:30 a.m., that was not comfortable. But the first time I held a copy of my book in my hand, a real physical copy of my book in my hand, there was beauty in all that discomfort that I had put in over time. It was beautiful. Studying for a test. You know what? It's not easy to study for a test when all your friends are out playing games and all your friends are out somewhere doing something else and you're studying. They're all gonna cram for the test the night before the test, but you're studying a little bit here, a little bit there, a little bit there. You're creating discomfort for yourself so that you can get the beauty of a good grade. And then when you get the good grade, everybody says, how'd you do that? How'd you get such a good grade? You're like, because I made myself uncomfortable by studying over a longer period of time instead of cramming on the last day like you did, right? So there's beauty in discomfort. And I talked about yesterday, changing your relationship with failure, because so many people hate failure. They stay away from failure. They don't try anything for fear of failure. But a lot of people don't try anything for fear of discomfort. And so they only do the things that they're comfortable with. And when you only do the things that you're comfortable with, you're missing out on a lot of beautiful things in your life. And so my encouragement for you today, just like any other day, is to take this message, apply it to your life however you can, but stop settling just for the comfortable things. Stop settling just for the easy things. Stop settling just for the things that you know. Stop settling for the things that you're familiar with, and start chasing your dream. In order to chase your dream and chase big things in your life, you got to get uncomfortable. There comes a point in time, Steve Harvey talks about this. You can look it up on YouTube. He talks about just jumping. You got to jump. You can't just sit on the sidelines and hope somebody calls your name. You can't just sit on the sideline and hope things are going to go your way. No, sometimes you got to step out of your comfort zone. You got to step out of, what's up, my man? How you been, Clint? Good to see you, man. Glad you're here this morning. Happy Tuesday. Happy Snowmageddon, as they say. But sometimes you just got to step out of your comfort zone. It's not going to be easy. Sometimes people are going to wonder, what the heck is he doing? Why don't he just sit where it's safe and secure on the sidelines? And you're just like, look, man, I'm tired of living like everybody else. I'm tired of staying average. I want to chase greatness. And so you step out of your comfort zone. And it's when you're in that discomfort zone that the beauty is ultimately found. So many people are chasing, thanks for sharing, Marcus. so many people are chasing the beautiful things of life, but they're trying to do so while they're staying in their comfort zone. And they can't figure out, why in the heck am I not getting what I'm chasing? But it's because they're not really chasing it hard enough, because they're doing only what's comfortable. And I know this is not an easy message to hear, but I'm not here to bring a bunch of easy messages. I'm here to help you chase your greatness. I'm here to help you become the best version of yourself that you can possibly become. It's one, if you just are coming on, I talked about a second ago, how Peter, they thought when Jesus was walking on the water, people thought Jesus was a ghost. And when they realized, when he said he said, "It is me," Peter says, "Okay, well then let me walk on the water." He made a bold move and made a bold statement, but then he probably got uncomfortable, like, I don't want to walk. And then when he got to walking on the water, everybody's faith was increased because of his discomfort in taking that first step. And ultimately, he got his eyes off the prize and he started sinking, and that's a different story. But when he stepped out on that water, it wasn't comfortable. I bet it was cold. I bet he was nervous. But when he did it, his faith was increased, and so was the other people on the boat. There's beauty in the discomfort. And so I just want to encourage you today. You don't necessarily have to go seek out the uncomfortable things, but you just need to change your relationship with comfort and realize, maybe the reason I'm not increasing my faith, maybe the reason I'm not taking my standard of living to the next level, maybe the reason I'm not pursuing some things is because I'm okay with comfortable. I'm okay with just staying in comfort. I don't want to be uncomfortable. And I get it. I get that side of it. I really do. I just think you need to be careful that you don't get to the end of your life comfortable, that you don't get to the end of your life without bumps and bruises and scrapes because you made it through safely and securely, but you never really tried anything. You never really sought greatness. You were okay with just being average. You were okay with being like everybody else. That would be, in my opinion, a failure in life. If you got to the end of your life safe and secure, but yet you never once chased your dream. You never once stepped out of your comfort zone. You never once chased something that was bigger than you. And so find the beauty in the discomfort today, man. Find the beauty in the discomfort. Hey, look, it ain't going to be easy. I say it all the time. It's not going to be easy, but I promise you, it'll be worth it. If you get to the end of your life and you look back and you got scars and bumps and bruises from your journey of life, but you have chased things that you wanted to chase, whether or not you accomplished those big goals and dreams that you had, whether or not you accomplished them, you can rest and you can see the beauty in the journey that got you where you are, right? All right, I'm shutting her down. Time to get up out of here today. Time to go live your life. Time to get out of your comfort zone. But hey, today, if you're in, I don't know, maybe all over the country. I don't really watch the weather and the news that much, but it's going to be snowing. So you might want to be in your comfort zone for a little bit longer today, depending on the weather. So just be careful if you get out. If you get out and about today, be safe, be careful. Thanks for watching. Thanks for sharing. I really appreciate you as always, and I will talk to you tomorrow. Have a great Tuesday and stay safe.